Welcome back. Today I'm with a very wangy Salvia. This is my Salvia greggii Amethyst Lips. It's a bushy perennial. It's actually a sub-shrub, and I've talked about sub-shrubs before. Basically a sub-shrub, it has a woody base and soft tops. It's sort of in between a shrub and herbaceous perennial. So it's not a full-blown shrub, but it will over time form this woody base. Now this one's got very, as I say, wangy and straggly. And I'm going to cut it back because I want it to stay bushy. So I'm going to cut it back probably by about a half. This one, Salvia greggii, Amethyst Lips, is also known as autumn sage, and it flowers late summer into autumn. So in theory it should still be flowering now, but it's pretty much stopped flowering. So it's a good time to prune it because there's enough time in the season for it to bush up a bit. So don't prune them too late. Don't prune them in the winter. Prune them when they finish flowering, because these bushy perennial salvias can carry on flowering well into autumn. So hot lips, which is here, Salvia hot lips, one year this was flowering in November, so I wouldn't give it an autumn prune, but it's going over, so I will give it an autumn prune this year. So now I'm going to prune it, and I'm going to take it down to about here. I'm taking off the sort of floppy soft tops. They get quite woody, and I just want to shape it. And as I say, I want to encourage it to stay bushy rather than wangy. Technical term. A Kitty Butterwick technical term. So, how are we doing? Amethyst Lips has this lovely two-tone flower. This one is purple and white. It's really pretty, and I'm a bit of a salvia freak. I love salvias. They do really well in my garden. They do really well in pots because they're quite drought tolerant. And this one's actually going to go into my border because my border's got quite poor soil. It's quite dry, and the salvias seem to do really well in there, and I don't have to water them in the summer. So this one's going to be moved into my border later in the autumn. So I'm just going to finish snipping, toss it over my shoulder. I'm actually going to take that one down a bit. And this bit's dead. So I've given it a shape. You can still see that it's got this strong framework, and it'll develop more shoots and it'll bush up, which is what I want it to do. I want it to keep it a nice shape rather than become too straggly. Actually, this is the same salvia that I hard pruned in the spring, because you can prune salvias at 2 times in the year. Well, I do spring and autumn to keep them a nice shape. And it grew, it put on all that growth in the season. It was way up here, and I've taken it back so it stays nice and bushy. Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.